Hello, and welcome to the West Coast Drywall and Paint video training series. Today we have one of our best painters, Tobias. He's going to show us how to properly conduct before carpet touch-up. Proper setup is paramount for any type of painting. The tools that are necessary for this task are a 2-gallon bucket, also known as a deuce, spackle, putty, tint, caulking gun, masking materials, 9-inch roller, mini roller, 4 to 8 foot and 2 to 4 foot extension poles, 4-inch block brush, 3-inch angle brush, angle tool, 1.5-inch putty knife, flat and enamel paint, and goof off. Now that we have our tools, let's get started. Ensure that the house is clean and in an acceptable state to paint. Check for all items that should be unmasked, like closet poles. Important things to remember. Start at the front door and follow either the left or right wall. Make sure to follow this wall in and out of every room and even upstairs. By following this wall, you will completely work your way around the house and back to the front door. This eliminates jumping from room to room and possibly overlooking details. In order to start before carpet touch-up, first we need to prep the house. Start by dusting off the baseboards and remove any debris. Check for faults in the caulking and re-caulk along areas like the baseboards and door jambs. Next, mix your spackle with tint to make it a different color. This will make any repairs you make stand out, and it will be easier to return and paint over them later. Start at the front door and follow one wall around the house, spackling any imperfections. After everything has been spackled and caulked, we can move on to flat paint touch-ups. Walk around the house and use your 9-inch roller with flat paint and paint over any repairs you made during prep, patches, and dirty spots. If needed, make sure to use your extension pole to reach high spots. Only paint touch-ups. Do not completely repaint walls, and make sure to feather out the edges of the areas you paint in order to blend the paint color. After using the roller, move over to your block brush and paint any touch-ups that could not be covered with the roller. This will include painting around electrical outlets, windowsills, finished trim, and carpentry. Use your extension pole with the block brush attached to reach up to the ceiling and touch up the edges. Let's move on to enamel touch-ups. Enamel is typically only used in kitchens, bathrooms, laundry rooms, and on woodwork. Because of this, make sure to mask off areas that are not to be painted, such as cabinetry and countertops. When you are doing touch-ups in the kitchen, make sure to create a transition line in the kitchen using tape to create a straight line as shown here. When painting with enamel, cut in first, then use your roller afterwards. Use your 3-inch angle brush to cut in and then use your mini roller to paint the remaining area, as shown here. Make your way around the house and complete all enamel touch-ups in the kitchen, bathrooms, and laundry room. Then complete touch-ups on any woodwork. If needed, be sure to use the angle tool to cut in corners near the ceiling. Now let's move on to touching up enamel woodwork, including stair rails. First, ensure your paint is properly strained and clean to use. Then, sand out any repairs previously made to the woodwork. This will help the enamel paint adhere to the surface and prevent any imperfections from showing through the paint. When painting the stair rails, make sure to dust off the base plate and spindles after you have sanded any imperfections and prior to painting. Upon completion of the necessary touch-up repairs, walk the house and check for any paint residue on cabinetry and fixtures. If any paint is found, remove the paint using goof off and a rag as seen here. Remember, the goal of Before Carpet Touch-Up is to address, repair, and paint all imperfections before flooring installation, so be precise, thorough, efficient, and always check your work. Travel on Paint. If you do a great job and you are fast at what you're doing, you can make a lot of money working with us. We'll see you next time here at West Coast Travel and Paint, where the sun always shines.